And, Coach, you can take this and answer it however the hell you want. Obviously, you're the greatest of all time. You're no stranger to talking about things. That goes without saying.
True.
Right now in Michigan, there's a story brewing, okay? In Michigan, one of the best teams in college football right now. They are executing. They're playing. Heisman candidate, a quarterback, unbelievable. Great football team. But what's dangling over their heads right now, and what will be dangling over their heads until we get a little bit of clarity on what it exactly is that they're stealing signs in a non-ethical way. That is the narrative. That's kind of what's being talked about, that they're sending cameras. They got a whole manifesto now that's kind of cooking up. They're stealing signs. They know what everybody's doing. It's a big allotted plan that has happened, but none of it has really been proven publicly yet. So we are just all echoing the hearsay right now. What are your thoughts on the sign stealing situation in college football? And how do you think this gets handled with Michigan? And has this ever happened before that we just don't remember?
Well, I don't know enough about the Michigan situation to really comment on that situation specifically, but I could give you the historical facts on way back when I was in the NFL. I'm talking about way back when, 88, 89, early 90s. You were allowed to send, pro personnel guys to, scout a game ahead of when you played it. And I think that it got to the point where sign stealing was unbelievable in the NFL. You had somebody that you hired to put in the box to watch signals, right, of the other team. And by the first quarter, we got the runs, we got the passes. And when I was a coordinator, I told the guy, look, don't tell me what you think they're going to do. We prepared. We know what we're going to play in these situations. We're going to play it. I don't want to hear it. It's just messing me up. But that became, and if you look historically, you'll know that there were reasons that they changed the rules so you couldn't do that. Then they come with the microphone, helmet, whatever they call it. And there was no sign stealing. There was no signs because it was just communication, which I think we would solve a lot of those problems if we would do the same thing in college football. There's no reason not to do that. There's no reason that you just can't tell the quarterback what the play is rather than having signs and signals and three people signaling and all this stuff to try to get the play, which is more difficult for the players, incidentally, because they all got to get the sign because everybody's going no huddle. And for the defensive players who are going against the fastball team, all 11 guys got to know the signals. All 11 guys got to know the signs because they're going fast and you can't communicate it rather than just being able to tell somebody this is the call. So that would clean up all this. And I can't comment on what Michigan did or didn't do, but I know all of us that have been in pro football kind of have a background in how some of this stuff was done at one point in the NFL when it wasn't illegal, but it became something that people took advantage of, so it became illegal. So that kind of is what it is.
What has the hesitancy been by the NCAA or by college football not to have the headphones? I heard it's potentially funds for some people not being able to do it. Is that real? What is the hesitancy behind? Because that feels like an easy answer. Like, hey, we'll just do this next week,
Yeah, well, I think that what we need to do in college football is, there are people who can afford to do these kinds of things, and they're the great programs that a lot of people watch on TV. And it's important that we have opportunities for all levels of college football players.